Day 24, Releasing Control Without Losing Stability. I'm Avery. Welcome to Daily Grace. This is part of a series called Grace for the Second Wife and Second Husband. Here, we slow down and trust that God's grace is still at work in us. You don't need to catch up. You don't need to arrive anywhere. You are right where you need to be. And today we're reflecting on releasing control without losing stability, surrender that comes from strength, not fear. Let's begin. There is a version of control that feels like safety, tight grip, constant monitoring, always adjusting, always bracing. It can look responsible, even wise, but inside it is exhausting because control is heavy, especially when you're trying to manage things that were never yours to carry. Someone else's reactions, someone else's growth, someone else's healing, someone else's honesty. At first, control feels stabilizing, like structure, like protection. But over time, it becomes tension, pressure, a quiet hum of anxiety that never fully turns off. And here's the subtle truth. Releasing control is not the same as losing stability. In fact, real stability often begins the moment you stop gripping, because stability is not built on force. It is built on grounding. Control says, if I don't hold this together, everything will fall apart. Stability says, I am already hell. Control is driven by fear of collapse. Stability is anchored in trust, not passive trust, not naive trust, steady trust. The kind that says, I will show up, I will stay present, but I will not try to play God. Sometimes we confuse surrender with weakness. We imagine surrender as giving up, backing down, accepting defeat. But mature surrender is none of those things. It is a conscious release, a deliberate unclenching, not because you are fragile, but because you are secure enough to stop wrestling. There's a difference between, I can't handle this anymore, and I no longer need to control this. One is burnout, the other is strength. A brief anchor for us today comes from Psalm 46:10. Be still and know that I am God. Be still, not panic, not fix, not chase. Be still. Stillness here is not inactivity. It is inner posture. It is the decision to stop scrambling internally, to stop mentally rearranging every possible outcome, to stop trying to predict, prevent, and manage what cannot be controlled. Be still and know, not hope, not wish, but know. Know that I am God, not you, not your anxiety, not your strategies. God. There is relief in remembering this, not because it removes responsibility, but because it restores perspective. You are responsible for your choices, your responses, your boundaries, your presence. You are not responsible for controlling another human being's inner world, not their past, not their patterns, not their pace. And when we forget this, we start carrying emotional weight that distorts our peace. Let me offer a lived moment. Imagine someone lying awake at night, mind racing, replaying conversations, anticipating conflicts, analyzing tone shifts, searching for signs, trying to stay ahead, trying to stay safe. On the surface, it feels like vigilance. Underneath, it is fear dressed as control. Now imagine a shift. not a denial, not indifference, but a grounded decision. I have done what is mine to do today. The rest is not mine tonight. Nothing externally may change, but internally, something profound happens. The nervous system softens, the chest loosens, the breath deepens. Because stability returns when control loosens. Because your peace was never meant to depend on constant mental management. Releasing control does not mean you stop caring. It means you stop gripping. It means you stop equating tension with responsibility. It means you stop believing that anxiety is a form of protection. It means that you trust that composure is stronger than pressure. Today's invitation is simple. Notice where you are overholding, not in accusation, in awareness. Where are you trying to manage outcomes instead of managing your posture? Where are you chasing reassurance instead of choosing steadiness? Where are you carrying what belongs to God or to someone else? Then gently practice release. Not dramatic, not performative, quiet. I release the need to control how this unfolds. I release the need to monitor every shift. I release the belief that tension equals safety. And as you release, do not collapse. Remain steady. Sit upright internally. Breathe. Feel the difference between letting go and falling apart, because you're not falling. You are grounding. There is strength in this posture, calm strength, unforced strength, the kind that does not chase, push, or grasp, the kind that says, I remain stable even when I'm not in control. Because stability rooted in God does not require constant gripping. It requires trust, presence, and composure. Let's close. You can release what you cannot control and remain steady. May God hold what you release and keep you grounded as you let go. Before you go, take one steady breath. May God strengthen what He has already secured in you. Walk forward grounded. Thank you for listening. Take only what strengthens you. Leave the rest behind.